Let me show you how I get all this veg into my very fussy 8-year-old child.
I often blame myself for having a fussy eater. Maybe I did something wrong when I was weaning him. Maybe I was too highly strung about the whole thing, with him being my first baby and all. And then, as he got older, maybe I enabled it. But since day dot, since he was 6 months old, the boy has always been fussy. I used to follow so many baby-led weaning pages on IG, and I remember wishing my kid would eat like that. Just a kid that would eat whatever you put in front of them. He just wasn't into it. I tried purees, tried baby-led weaning. The boys just always hated veg. I had these dreams before I became a mother of having these family dinners. I'd cook a hearty roast dinner or some salmon, and I would never be one of those mothers that would feed their kid beige food. But fast forward 8 years and here we are. I have a kid whose favourite food is pasta, and if I allowed it, he would eat pasta every day of his life. To be fair, as he's got older, he has got better. Pizza, pasta and hot dogs, the usual offerings of the boy absolutely loves a steak, and randomly a bit of salmon sashimi. So for a kid that won't eat a fish finger, when he gobbled down a bit of sashimi and yo sushi, I was obviously very pleasantly surprised. So with these additions to his growing food repertoire, I'm now just going to wait it out and just hope by adulthood he'll eat whatever. So when it comes down to veg, I've always made 2 different types of pasta sauces. First is a tomato based one. Just chop up absolutely anything you got in the fridge. I use onion, garlic, carrots, courgettes, mix it all with some chopped tomatoes, seasoning, and let it simmer until it's soft. And at the end I'll add some spinach. And now onto the second sauce. This is a cheese sauce but packed with veg. Firstly, I steam a whole head of cauliflower. Apparently steaming keeps in so much more nutrients than boiling, so absolutely anything to keep some extra vitamins in for him. Then I peel and grate a courgette. I peel it so the green doesn't ruin the mac and cheese look. So I fry it with a bit of butter and olive oil. Once it's soft, I start making a roux. I just do this in the same pan because I can't be arsed washing up another one. Plus, any lumps will get blended at the end. So I mix in a bit of extra butter, flour and milk. Give it a good whisk. As it gets thicker, just keep adding milk until it's your desired consistency. I season it. My son absolutely loves pepper, so I add loads of pepper, black and white. Give it all a good stir, and then I add the cheese. I always buy ready grated for this because who's got the time to grate a whole block of cheese? Keep stirring until it's all melted. It should look all gooey and gorgeous by now. Then I thought I'd whack in a bit more cheese just because I had some in the fridge. Give it some more of a stir and add some more milk if needed. Then once the cauliflower is nice and soft, you're going to add it into the cheese sauce. Next I got out the trusty hand blender. You can just use a normal blender, but I hate the extra washing up, and this works absolutely fine. Whiz it up until it's completely smooth. Then I've still got a mountain of baby weaning pots, and I just find these the perfect size. These have just been the handiest things. The perfect size for a portion of pasta, and if he wants a bit extra, I'll do too. The thing is with these pasta sauces, he knows the veg is in there. He doesn't care. It's just he can't taste it. With all my worry of his dislike of veg being my fault, I soon realised it probably wasn't when I had my daughter. She's 3 years younger and eats completely differently. I don't have to bribe her to eat veg. Cucumber happens to be one of her favourite things. Side note, at this point I did spill some and burn my arm in the process. And now I'm using a tea towel as an apron. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, I think some kids are just born fussy. I've got a friend with 4 kids. The 3 eldest eat absolutely everything, and the 4th one is the fussy one. And we all wean our kids the same way, so it seems unlikely to be anything we do. So if any other mums out there with fussy children feel guilt and blame themselves, then don't. As long as they're trying new foods over time, then I'm sure they'll grow out of it.